what are the core drives of successful people? Like, how are they driven? What motivates them? Now, there are two main things that our society has that, generally speaking, motivates successful people. We have fear and we have pleasure moving forward. So let's start with fear. So fear for a lot of people is the pain, moving away from something. The drivers for successful people, the reason that people want success is often because they fear something else. So they fear not being able to support themselves. They fear not being able to pay rent. They fear losing their loved one if they're not successful. And often this fear drives them. You have people saying, if you don't do this, then I'm going to leave you. If you don't achieve this target, you're going to be a failure. And that fear, actually, that fear of failure drives some people. Often this fear can take place in a trauma. Something terrible has happened and you never want anything like that to ever happen again. Maybe you were homeless. Maybe you got to the stage where you lost everything. And you say, oh no, I'm scared. I don't want to be like that again. And that fear drives you and you're scared. What often happens is if you just look into this space of fear and you focus there and you're trying to move away from it, you never really can. Because away from it is just there. It's not moving forward. So what do you need to do to move forward? You need to focus on something else. You need to focus on the pleasure. Now, for some people, this pleasure is, I want lots of money, I want fame, I want to be able to be incredibly wealthy. And these people are successful because they're striving away from the pain and they're focusing on pleasure and they want more and more and more. And this is good in some respects. But if the motivation is for the wrong reason, then it's not fulfilling. Because if you're just accumulating material wealth and you're flying forward there, but it's driving you, you want a nicer car, you want a bigger house. Once you get it, then you just want something bigger, more and more. And that can drive you. You can be more famous. You can get more Twitter followers. And some people are driven by that superiority, that drive. But these two aren't fulfilling. They can drive people. But if you have success here without fulfillment, it's going to feel horrible. So what do you need? You need to, instead of focusing on just me, you need to focus on giving back and contribution. And this is what the most successful people in the world do. They don't think about, oh, I want to make this much money, or, oh, I'm scared, I'm not going to be able to do that. They look forward and think, okay, how can I serve the world? How can I contribute? How can I recreate an entire industry? If you look at Virgin, they go into industries and completely recreate the experience. If you look at Apple, they completely recreated a computer to be able to give an individual the chance to run a business. They weren't focusing on the fear and moving away from this fear. And they weren't just drawn towards money and pleasure with regards to being superior. They're focused on giving. And it's this drive to give, to add more value to people, that's the drive that can change someone's life. Because then when they have success, they're able to share it and give it and know that they're doing it for others. And that drives them. So when you go about your day, think about, what are you focusing on? Your fear, superior, or giving back? Because that will determine a large part of your success and a huge part of your fulfillment.